Saints going all the way, Saints going all the way. Kumbaya, that's the Who That Nation. Game on the line, you can bet we take them. Go black and gold, black and gold. Don't stop, boy, we trying to win the Super Bowl. We rock and roll, rock and roll. Touchdown, go Saints, we gonna do it some more. We rock and roll, rock and roll. Touchdown, go Saints, now give me some more. Now, who that, who that, holla, who that, who that, holla, who that, who that, holla, who that, who that, who that, who that, who that nation. Black and gold, black, black and gold. Oh yeah. Fire stuff. Black and gold, black and gold, black, black. Who that, who that? They ain't ready, they ain't ready, they ain't ready for us. They ain't ready, they ain't ready, they ain't ready for us. They ain't ready, they ain't ready, they ain't ready for the black and gold, black, black. Who that, who that? They ain't ready, they ain't ready, they ain't ready. What up? They ain't ready, they ain't ready, they ain't ready. What up? They ain't ready, they ain't ready, they ain't ready for the black and gold, black, black and gold. Game time, baby.
This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast.
Hey, don't let these tears fool you. It's all dog around this mug. I'm good.
So excited. I've been talking for the last 5 minutes and the mic wasn't even on, but I'm gonna do it all over again. What's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, Timothy J. Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Shouts out to you, man. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. We're here live in downtown New Orleans at the Little Easy Restaurant, 634 Julia Street in New Orleans, man. The crowd is here. Before the game, they actually had a $3 shot special, right? The special was before the Saints score, you get $3 shots. And then every time they score, you get a $3 shot. So needless to say, they had some very inebriated people in the building, you know, when I got here. But all in all, you got to be excited about what you've seen from the New Orleans Saints. I'm not trying to hear nothing about, oh, y'all played Carolina. Man, Carolina ain't it. Man, it's this, that. I ain't trying to hear that, because people were saying that the Saints were going to be 2 in this, 3 in this. I ain't trying to hear that, man. Talking about the offense was going to be as vanilla as Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Guess what? The Saints put up 47 points, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put your foot on the competition when you are superior over that competition. So shouts out to the New Orleans Saints handling their business, which leads me to my next point. All I know is there had a lot of people that were saying that the New Orleans Saints weren't going to do anything offensively. All I know is they had this one team that if you go down I-20, keep on going. They said that this team was going to be about as automatic can be. And guess what? More things change, the more they stay the same. The New Orleans Saints right now are 1-0. I don't care about next week right now. All I know is they did exactly what they needed to do. They stepped up in a major way, and they handled business. Man, shouts out to everybody in the chat right now, man. Shouts out to everybody that's listening at home, at work, whether you're just coming from the game, all of these different things, man, you know, wherever you are right now, right? But for all those people, the man is on your neck. You got to go to work. Couldn't watch the game. I know you're sad right now, especially after a performance like this, but got to do it. Shouts out to them after show boys.
Shouts out, shouts out, shouts out, shouts out, shouts out to them after show boys. Shouts out, shouts out, shouts out, shouts out, shouts out to them after show boys. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting. Yeah, them after show boys. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting. Yeah, them after show boys.
Out to all the after show boys, after show girls out there. But man, thank you so much for those that donated. I'm gonna bring some guests on the show in just a second, man. Red Swan says ain't won the NFC South today. Congratulations, go march down Bourbon Street. Y'all still going 5-12 this year. Red Swan missed me with that, man. Y'all told me that y'all quarterback was all world. Y'all told me all y'all needed was a quarterback, and that was gonna get y'all on point. Y'all told me that Justin Simmons was y'all safety. Y'all told me Jesse Bates was your safety. You told me that y'all had the best secondary in football. I didn't see that today. You said Kirk Cousins was that dude. 3 turnovers. All I got to say is y'all can look at the back of the names on jerseys. We looking at the play on the field. It's about what you do between those lines. And that's the reason why I tried to warn y'all. Y'all told me, man, TJ, you hating, bro. You hating on the Falcons, man. Y'all see us coming. Yeah, I saw y'all coming to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to get that L by the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's all I got to say right there. But you can check me out on the NFC South Roundtable on Tuesday where y'all can actually cry in y'all Falcon towel. That's what y'all can do right there. I ain't trying to hear nothing. Y'all can talk about, man, we played the Steelers. I don't want to hear that. Y'all said that y'all were the best team in the South. So if you're the best team in the South, if you're the class of the NFC and you like that, you're supposed to beat teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers. So once again, y'all said that y'all was going to be that team, and yet again, you get disappointed. Bad quarterback play and underachieving. That sounds like an Atlanta Falcon team if I ever heard one. But thank you for the donation. $1.99, he says, still here, TJ, see you on the roundtable, brother. Man, shouts out to Red Swan, man. Red Swan busts my chops all the time, man, but it's all love. It's all, because I'm pretty sure when the Saints lose a game this season, he's going to be somewhere in the chat, so I appreciate it. And I also appreciate him showing up because I didn't see that energy on X. They had so many people that was talking to me, saying all these different things to me on X. Man, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't see them. That's exactly what I've been talking about right there. True definition of an Atlanta Falcon fan right there. But we gonna go ahead and slide over, man. I'm gonna bring on my first guest right here, man. We're gonna get Chosen over here. Hey, Chosen. We're gonna bring Chosen in, man. Chosen was at the game, man. Eric, man, look, you've been rocking with the State of the Saints. You already know, man. Chosen, been rocking for a long time, man. And we linked up today. He went to the game. Chosen, you were talking about it before the game, man. You said this is your first time at the New Orleans Saints game, man. How was the experience?
Man, first time, man. First, I want to say, who that?
Who
Got
that?
that dub.
Who
The
that?
Falcons. This ain't about y'all right now. We second lining over here.
We appreciate the donation, but it ain't about you.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we first game, TJ, it was amazing. It was welcoming. Everybody showed love. Everybody know New Orleans is like a second home for me.
Yeah.
Me being from Baton Rouge, everybody was welcoming.
Yeah.
The game was lit. The crowd was into it. It was energized, bro. Definitely had that 12-man feeling.
Oh, man.
Feel, man.
Hey, it started fast, man. I was wondering to myself, Chosen, I was like, will the Saints start fast, man? They scored on the opening drive. I can't remember the last time I seen the Saints scoring opening drive.
Yeah, man.
It's been a hot minute, man.
It's given 2011 2011 season type Drew Brees and Sean Payton type things, man. So, but shout out to Clint Kubiak, man. He really got this offense rolling. I thought they was gonna start off slow as well, but those balls was rolling. They was rolling.
Yeah.
Trevor Penning held up. That O-line held up. They got the ball out quick. They was moving the field. They played discipline. We got a mind a few flags, but for the most part, it was the energy, bro.
Yeah.
It was that energy. Like you could feel it from offense to defense. The juices was definitely flowing.
Yeah,
man.
man.
The juices was definitely flowing.
Look, I was just happy from the offensive line, man. I mean, this group has been criticized all season about what they were going to do. But I think that you can be successful as an offensive line like this, man. Running the football, setting up the play action, big plays down the field, man. We've seen it very early to Shaheed because the running backs was cooking. Alvin Kamara, first play from scrimmage, I think he had like a 9-yard run, right?
Right.
After that, you know what I'm saying, you got to start respecting the run. So after that, play action. That's what Derek Carr is good at. Set it up for a 59-yard touchdown by Shaheed.
And the thing, and the piggyback off there, TJ, I know we gave Derek Carr got a lot of slack this offseason and everything, but today, man, is not the day for Derek Carr. Derek Carr, even the missed passes, they was just off. I was talking to Hoodie about it.
Yeah.
It was just off by that much. Derek Carr was dialing in, and that goes all back again to the running game.
Right.
The running game opened it up so much. That goes to show you, it ain't got to be 60-yard bombs.
Yep.
We still put up 47.
Yeah.
We had a nice pass to Shaheed that started it off, but before that, running, chipping, 4 yards here, 6 yards there, 7 yards there. It don't always got to be that home run hit.
Right.
You know, sometimes you just gotta just keep pushing and take what the defense gives you, and that's gonna set up the big play later on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And like I said, running the football was key, like you just mentioned. And also, man, it's defense. I mean, nobody was concerned about what the defense was going to do.
Right.
I mean, anything that they did today would have been exceeding the expectations that we already had for them. But your boy, Lante Taylor, man, 3 sacks today.
3
flying
sacks.
all over the field, man. You had question marks about the safety position. Both safety that you had questions about, Will Harris, and also Jordan Howden had interception. Even a Honey Badger had a forced fumble, man. So what's your thoughts on the safeties?
Man, we already know what this defense is going to be, man. I'm just more shocked that Lante Taylor, man, just pinning his ears back and go and get it, you know. Not too much worried about playing in coverage and not getting dirty. The man really was in them trenches today, man. He was blitzing, and even on that, he getting quarterback presses. He all around the ball, you know. So even the stuff that don't show up on the stat sheet, he was there. He was making plays, and that's what you want from a young, hungry corner. I know we talked about, you know, how he was going playing out, being in that slot position and things like that, and working out. But Lante Taylor is showing, man, like, I may not be Lattimore, I'm not a Debo, but I'm making a name for myself too.
Yeah.
Like I'm not no pushover, so you got to respect me too.
Yeah.
You know.
My last question before I let you go, man. You mentioned the secondary and, you know, Debo and Lante Taylor played really well. But Marshawn Lattimore, man, he left the game with a hamstring injury today. Hopefully the brother's okay.
Right.
But when you see Paulson or Debo and you see Kool-Aid McKinstry coming into the game, man, and performing the way that they do, what are your thoughts? And does that give you optimism about this young secondary, man?
It gives me hope, and which means you don't have to rush Lattimore back. It shows that they do their due diligence in the offseason, addressing their need with depth in the secondary, and it also shows that these leaders, Tyrann Mathieu and these secondary coaches and his coordinator, Dennis Allen, he's really in his bag with his coaching to get these young guys up to par. You want to talk about next man up mentality, it starts right there, man. And these guys are the bread and butter of what that means, next man up. So McKinstry, you know, not the nerves, he coming in, doing what he's supposed to do, not getting too happy feet with it. And we know what these other guys are going to do, man. The secondary, we got these young guys, man. They coming in. These vets are doing a good job taking them up under their wing, man. And it's good to see everybody playing together. And TJ, I don't know if you noticed, but you probably noticed, but it look like they back having fun, bro.
Yeah.
They're having fun.
It.
It's no more pouting on the sideline. It's no more just here. Oh, I'm just here to get a check. You know, that kind of mentality. Everybody was playing for one another. You know, they on the sideline with dancing. They brought back the chopper style. So it's like, man, it's good times, bro. It's good to see this team. And one more thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
For everybody saying it's just the Panthers, somebody said in the comment section, and we've been saying this, you put up that many points on any NFL team, man, especially coming from where we come from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a lot of talks about this offense, but now you see what we can do when everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
From offense, defense to special teams. Hell, Shaheed almost brought one back on special teams. So all 3 phases of the game was executed, and you can't ask more of a team. So it's like, what you want us to do? We play the complete game. We can only play who's in front of us, man. So I'll take that week in and week out if I could.
Yeah, and I can only imagine if they didn't, you know, perform the way that they did against Carolina. At least you know that the Saints are better than Carolina, and more than likely they won't be what you thought they were going to be. So I think that's a plus. But Chosen, man, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by over here, you know, giving us your take on the game, man. And you know, I'm pretty sure this won't be your last time. I'm pretty sure they're going to get you back again.
First time won't be my last. So I'm about to go finish celebrating. Who that, y'all?
Who that, man? Shouts out to Chosen, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. But all in all, man, this was a great victory, man. Great victory for the black and gold. I know, like, a lot of people may, you know, talk about the team that they played against, but you beat any team like this in the National Football League, to me, it's something to talk about. Red Swarm says it's week one. Calm down. Hey, man, that was an impressive victory. Red Swarm also said, respect on the win, fam. I got to give it to your ain'ts. Y'all showed out today. Calm down, TJ. It's a long season. It may be a long season, but like I said, the expectations for Atlanta was high, and the New Orleans Saints, the expectations wasn't right there. Y'all Falcon fans were talking like y'all about to just completely just go 13-0 off the gate or something. Just show respect, TJ. I rock with you, fam. You a good brother, and I like how you handle yourself. Respect. I'm out, y'all. See you in week 4. Yeah, shouts out to you, Red Swarm. Thank you for being here, man. Let's see. Love the way they shared the rock today. No more Sleepy Pete. And you also have Jordan. Shouts out to you for the 499. Says Clint made a statement. Good job getting playmakers the ball in space. You don't have to throw the ball for 300 to be explosive. O-line might be a strength. Yeah, man, because you're actually playing into their strength. You got a lot of guys that can run block. And, it also cover up the imperfections of that offensive line, which they end up doing. I'm probably going to slide in a few minutes over here, my boy Hoodie from, Hoodie Jude channel. So y'all make sure that y'all, subscribe to his channel. We're going to talk to him in just a second. But right now, I want to thank the fine folks at BetUS. The State of the Saints podcast is powered by BetUS. Sign up today and get up to 150% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, up to $2,000. The link is down below. Use the promo code YouTube150. That's YouTube150. Shouts out to the fine folks at BetUS, a proud sponsor of the State of the Saints podcast. We're proud to have BetUS this entire 2024 season. Read a few more of your comments here before we bring in Hoodie. Corey says, let's see what Derek Carr does with the DBs or in the receiver's hip pocket. Well, look, I'm not trying to sit up here and criticize the dude. Like today, I just feel like you just have to be excited about what you've seen today, man. Like next week gonna take care of itself. But the expectation was so low going into this football game. It was so low, man. People didn't expect the New Orleans Saints to do absolutely nothing, man. Like nobody expected them to do anything at all. And then they go out here and drop 47 on the head of the Panthers. Bruh, I'm sorry, man. I understand people skeptical. I understand that people still feel like Derek Carr ain't the answer. But today ain't the day, man. Like, you wanted offensive innovation. You got it. You wanted the offense to put up points. You got it. You wanted the offense to complement the defense. You got it. So I don't understand the angle, man. I understand, we got hurt by this team many a times, but you got to have a wait-and-see approach. If next week it don't look the same, then we have the conversation here. But to say that people should be sitting on their couch, turn their TV off and get up and go cut your grass or something like this after what you have seen today, I just feel like, man, you're just being a pessimist. And it's okay to be skeptical about the team still, but at least enjoy the victories like this, man. Enjoy that you're actually seeing Alvin Kamara being utilized the way that Alvin Kamara needs to be utilized. You seen some tight ends, Foster Monroe and Jawan Johnson getting it in. We seen the running game. We seen Rashid Shaheed being utilized. We seen the safeties that we had question marks about making plays. So, man, let next week take care of itself. Today, you ain't about to kill my vibe. The New Orleans Saints blew out the Panthers, and the Falcon fans are crying in their towels right now. I can't tell y'all. I can't tell y'all how happy I am about that. Like, seriously, I am so happy. I am happy. The Saints dominate, and the Falcons are somewhere crying, like missing in action. I don't know what more y'all want. I don't know what more y'all want. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to slide over. Hoodie. We're going to see if we can get Hoodie Juve on the show in just a few minutes. But, man, I'm going to finish reading some of your comments here. It says, Alex says, I feel like this is the start of a better age of the Saints. Getting rid of P. Carmichael was the move. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm hoping it's the start of a good season. Who that? Well, it is the start of a good season. They won. Give credit when they play good. I just feel like if you're not giving credit in this type of regard, then I don't know what else you're going to get credit for. I get it. Like if the Saints go out there and they beat the Dallas Cowboys next week, then I guess maybe some of y'all will get on board. but they ain't gonna kill my vibe. Your boy then flew halfway across the country in order to be at this game, coming from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me to get back up in here to the hometown to watch the Saints go out there and beat Carolina to sleep, I ain't got no problem with that whatsoever. Can't say nothing. This is an NFL team. They are professional, and for us to drop them off like that shows what this team can do. Exactly. Who coming to the DFW next week? I ain't gonna be able to make it to that one right there, man. Look, my little man, shouts out to Packard, man, started football practice, and he started on Saturday. I wasn't able to be at his first practice. But shouts out to Chosen, man. But you know, I ain't missing no more of them games. You know what I'm saying? So look, we watch a game from the house, right? You know, my little man out there playing football now, you don't get no better than that. Great talk, TJ. Thank you for being here, man. Dana says Falcon fans already calling for Penix. I ain't trying to hear that, man. Go cry in the towel. Y'all said that Kirk Cousins was that dude. That's what y'all told me. Y'all said with better quarterback play, it's gonna get y'all over the hump. Now all of a sudden, like y'all need Michael Penix. So I guess if Michael Penix go out there and he don't look the part next week because he's a rookie, then all of a sudden, like, oh, y'all gonna want Kirk Cousins back? Man, it's always something with that team. There's always an excuse. No respect for all them excuses that y'all got. I guess this is a good team because we struggled to put up points against anyone last year. Saints couldn't move the football. And that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Like, this is a moment for you to be excited. Like, this isn't one of those times where you should be sitting up here just being upset and depressed and, oh, woe is me type stuff. Shouldn't be. You know, like, this is what we wanted to see. And like I said, I don't know what next week is going to be. I don't. But I know right now I'm happy. I know right now I'm in this restaurant at the Little Easy. I know people are excited. I'm walking from the stadium, the dome, and people are like just happy dancing in the street. Like, people just want hope, man. This is what I've been telling y'all. Like, people just want to have a belief that their team have a chance to win a football game. Everybody knows that more than likely you're not going to go 17-0, 18-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows this. Like, everybody knows that more than likely you won't have an undefeated season. But at least instill some level of confidence that you're worth cheering for us to be able to go through these motions for you. You know what I'm saying? That's all people wanted at the end of the day. And if the New Orleans Saints, look formidable doing that, cool. If they, fall short, then we already know what needs to be done. But I'm happy today. And there's not a Saints fan, a pessimistic Saints fan that can take away my positive attitude for what I saw today. And, no doubt about that, man. Oh, man, I want you to slide over, man. I want to talk to you a little bit. Hoodie. We're going to get a Hoodie Jube over here, man. Talk a little bit about the game. Shouts out to Hoodie. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. What's going on, Hoodie, man?
What up?
Yeah, man. So, Hoodie, man, it was a dominant performance, man. No doubt about it. So, what are your thoughts on this week one performance by the Black and Gold?
Amazing. How about I say that? It's an amazing effort. And I told everybody at the beginning of the season, all those people that were negative, I said Clint Kubiak is a guy that's going to run this offense well. He is a guy that's going to run a quarterback-friendly offense. And I told everybody I think Carr's going to be just fine in this type of offense. But everybody that was negative, still argue with me and all that. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, it is the Panthers. Okay, well, I mean, if we would have beat them by 3 points or whatever, y'all would have been like, oh, y'all barely beat them. But guess what? We dominated. So now what y'all got to say about that? That's what I really want to know. Next, big test is next week against the Cowboys. But other than that, I think we did really well. Like I said, 9 straight drives, scoring a touchdown. We probably would have did 11 or 12. But, we decided to take everybody out, for just to keep them healthy. And they did their thing, man. AK. I told everybody AK is going to get back to his form in this type of offense because somebody can actually use him the way they use Taysom Hill as a fullback, tight end, running back, all. That's amazing as well. So, overall, we did really well.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that you utilize Alvin Kamara the way that you need to utilize him. And also, I think that you were able to use Shaheed the way that I feel like you need to utilize him. But are you concerned down the stretch? I think, man, Shaheed was in there on special teams. He was there on offensive plays. Do you think that the Saints may need to be careful, man, with trying to utilize him a little bit too much and suit too many capacities? Do you think that could be a possibility that he possibly get hurt in that situation?
It could be, but, you got to put the ball in your playmaker's hands, You got to do what you got to do to win the games. And I think with this offense, everybody was confused. Like if you look at a lot of these plays, some of the plays might not work, might have got blown up, but at the end of the day, it was fun to watch. It wasn't just a boring play like Pete Carmichael, and I think everybody can see it now after this game. He was the issue last year, and we all got mad at Dennis Allen for sure. Cool, we got mad. At least he didn't apologize today. Well, I don't think he did. I don't know. It was a press conference, so hopefully he didn't apologize today. But other than that, like I'm trying to tell everybody, I don't know if anybody looked at it. It looked like a team that came out that was like the best, like ready by Dennis Allen for week 1. Usually when you come out in week 1, we're usually a little iffy about it. We don't know what it's going to look like. But it seemed like this team was just ready to come out there and show everybody like, hey, fans, this is what we're going to be.
Yeah. I mean, and then you got to look at it this way, too. The last time we seen the Saints in a meaningful game, they put up 48 points versus the Falcons. Today, they put up 47 points against the Carolina Panthers. So the Saints average about almost 50 points a game in the last 2 games.
Definitely.
Yeah, so look, man, I understand, but Chris Olave, he wasn't really a factor in the game. He only had 2 catches for 11 yards. But do you think that, this is a good thing, the fact that you didn't see your number 1 receiver out there making too many plays? You seen other guys step up. Man, we seen plays from the tight end position multiple times, man. Normally you see the tight end might have 1 catch, maybe 2, but both of these guys have 4 and 5 targets each game. And Foster Monroe, he looks like they're going to be utilizing him quite often, man. So what do you think about the tight end play and the Saints deciding to utilize some of these playmaking tight ends?
Definitely. A lot of people wasn't listening to me on my podcast. They all were like, oh, we need a legit number 1. You already see what Juwan Johnson did today. You already see what Foster Monroe looks like when he's healthy. Last year he was playing through injury. A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
But then we get to mix in Hoker, Dallin Hoker when he comes back.
Right.
A more athletic guy than probably most of them. Really good out there, so I can't wait to see how that rolls.
Yeah.
But I was trying to tell everybody before the season started, you don't need a legit number 1 tight end like a George Kittle if you got people like Juwan Johnson, a Foster Monroe, a Taysom Hill, and then you add in a Hoker in there. You just need good tight ends at the good tight end because you can have a high-paid tight end number 1, but what if he goes down? Then after that, you got nothing.
Yep.
At least you got 3 to 4 solid tight ends that can make plays. And like you said earlier, with Chris Olave only having a few touches, that's good because that means we're not forcing the ball and trying to just force everything into his hands. We're literally separating it between everybody. And I'm not gonna say and I'm not gonna compare Derek Carr to no Breeze, but that's the last time we seen the ball spread to everybody was when Breeze was back there.
Yeah.
So to have an offense to be able to spread it out between everybody. And Carr not looking just at one guy at number 12, it shows you how good this offense can be without having to look at one person.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Derek Carr, man, a lot of criticism going into the season. And, a lot of people didn't know what to think about Derek Carr. Is he the leader of this team? Can the Saints win with him? What are your thoughts on Derek Carr, man? Did he silence some of the critics today, or do you feel like, maybe a few more games will probably do it?
I say it's going to be a few more games for some Saints fans, especially in the next, the next 3, against the Dallas Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Falcons, and the Chiefs, probably. The next 4 to 5 games, he's got to keep that production going. And as long as he does that, and I feel like as long as the Saints come out 3-3, 4-2, the Saints fans are going to turn their head a little bit because they're going to be like, our toughest schedule was our first 6 weeks, and now we made that out of here 4-2 or whatever the record is going to be.
Yeah.
I think that's going to turn some heads. And for Carr, man, Carr's just looking really good in this offense. And like I told everybody, this QBX offense is a quarterback-friendly system. You can put any quarterback back there. You can put the worst quarterback in the league, and I feel like that person's still going to look good because of the system and the scheme, and it just helps him out. And like everybody's been saying lately, this Clint Kubiak offense, it actually has a lot of motion, has a lot of play action. And what is Carr best at? Play action. Right. And that's what I like about it. And he showed to you today, hey, this is what happens when you actually run plays that I can actually succeed in, and I don't have to look for one person just to get open. The plays that they run, the scheme that they run, the motions that they run in, it gets the players open. And a lot of people had questions about that offensive line. They had a few plays that I looked at, I was like, okay, that's a little iffy. But other than that, you didn't really notice it because I told everybody from the beginning of the season, this scheme, I feel like it's going to help out the O-line as well because I look at the 49ers, how great they are. And you look at their offensive line, you're like, who's on there besides Trent Williams? I don't know anybody else. But they're basically known as a great offensive line. Why? I think it's the scheme that helps them out, that makes them look so much better. Yeah, I agree. And also back to, what we were just saying about Derek Carr, I think that,
this is what the Saints need to do. I think last season when the Saints signed Derek Carr, they looked at him as to be that guy to come in to give you that type of production Drew Brees would give you. You know, you can put the ball into the hands of Drew Brees, he can win a football game for you. But I think now that you see from Derek Carr is that there's something there, but you need a supporting cast around him. And we seen today, utilizing Alvin Kamara, utilizing Rashid Shaheed, putting those playmakers out there, man, putting the ball into their hands. He was able to do what he does best, like you said, the play action. So I just feel like Derek Carr, you can win with him, but you're going to need some supporting cast around him. My final question is, it has to do with the Dallas Cowboys, man. I'm pretty sure you're going to see more stiffer competition next week from the Dallas Cowboys. But how do you think the Saints can match up with the Cowboys this season? Do you think that they can be formidable going to Dallas next week?
Well, if we would have went into this game today and won 13-10, I'll be questioning myself about, the Cowboys game, because I gave my prediction. A lot of people think I'm crazy because I had us going 12-5 this season, but I have us losing against the Cowboys because I wasn't sure that the offense was going to be, ready by this. But with this week 1 production on a team that everybody says, well, the Panthers still got a great defense. Well, look, they just could not stop us at all.
Right.
So with these plays, it's going to be, I think, a better offense. So I feel like going into Dallas now, I can give that a 50-50. I can give us a chance to win that one now because of the way the offense looked. And I know our defense is going to be our defense. And we showed them today. Alontae Taylor, all last year, 1 sack. The dude had 3 sacks in this one game. And I think that's what you need to start doing. Listen to him. The same thing like you used to do with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You used to just blitz him from the side. Do the same thing with Taylor. And I think we're going to be successful. And everybody said the Panthers' O-line was a lot better. They added Robert Hunt. They added other players to that offensive line. But it looks like our whole defensive line was just pushing them. Now, we might not get that many sacks like we would have liked from the D-line.
Right.
But they pushed Bryce Young out the pocket.
Yep.
And I think that's going to help us out this year. It looks like the D-line is actually way better than what it was last year.
Yeah. I mean, look, all those different plays, I mean, it may not, look a certain way on the stat sheet. Like I look at Chase Young. Like Chase Young didn't record anything. But when you look at the game, you've seen him being able to be disruptive. It forced Bryce Young to have to move around in the pocket. And, sometimes like those guys that are out there, it's not going to be shown on the stat sheet. But you wonder to yourself, did they make any type of impact? But I think that he did, man. But Hoodie, thank you so much, man. Appreciate your perspective on the game. And thank you for coming out here, man, today, at the restaurant. And I really do appreciate it, man. We're looking forward to your calls and your takes on your channel, man. So make sure you let everybody know how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, just search up Hoodie Jube on YouTube. You'll find me there. The reason why I even started my channel was because a guy like TJ, a guy like Big Q, they motivated me to basically do my channel. So
shout out to Big Q.
So shout out to all y'all, for helping me start my own channel and get me out there. I remember, and you probably remember this moment too, when I first came on your show for the first time ever. Everybody said my mom and daddy said I sounded like Bobby Boucher out there. And all of y'all saying I wasn't going to make it, but your boys almost at 2K subs now.
Yeah,
so
man.
I don't know where all the haters at now.
Hey. Yeah, they probably in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, they are. And then
somewhere crying. And
one last thing to you too, by the way, I just wanted to say, I feel like with this offense that we have now, I felt like we finally found our identity, and the way you can just spread between everybody. That I feel like this season is gonna be so much better, because I felt like this game I was like, okay, we're gonna go into a game where just trying to target Olave all game, or are we gonna actually try to do spread it between everybody. And being able to watch that gives me a lot of hope for the season. And I'm loving the X right now, because a lot of people that were negative are finally saying, okay, maybe I was too negative.
Right.
And that's good. But you still got some people out there negative, But, we got to prove them this week against the Cowboys too.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah, they definitely got to do that, man. But look, they ain't going to kill my vibe today, man. This was a dominant victory that we saw today. But pretty appreciate it, man.
Yes,
thank you, man. Again. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, shouts out to Hoodie Jube, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. Gonna get try to see if I can get my mom's over here, man. My mom, I know she's watching this right now. She's on the other side of the room, so if she want to come over here, on camera, she can. Let's go ahead and read some of these comments. Here it says, what are your thoughts with Penning? I thought he looked pretty good. I thought he was solid, man. I think there was a couple plays where he was slipping and sliding. Like there was one play where he was actually a lead blocker. And I want to say Shaheed got the ball like on a jet sweep, or it was like a wide receiver screen, and he was like the lead blocker. He slipped on the ground, man. But, all in all, I thought he was pretty solid, man. I'm pretty sure if you go back and watch the film, you're probably going to see some things. But all in all, I thought that he was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was pretty decent. I mean, everybody kind of thought like this was about to be a massacre at work. But, I didn't hear Jadeveon Clowney's name at all. I didn't hear any of those pass rushes that they had. So it's funny how you take one man out of the picture and the team looks like the 2000. Right. Look, man, Sneaky Pete. I mean, I just look, no disrespect to Pete Carmichael. I just think that Pete Carmichael is just one of those guys who is good behind the scenes. He's one of those players he's one of those coaches rather, that's just good behind the scenes. Like, he's not the person that needs to be calling the plays every single time, but if you're like in a room and you need somebody to add something to the group project, he can. He probably, add the most. He probably would be that person that's probably staying up all night, finding that certain research that you need to make your paper pop. But at the same time, if you ask him to stand in front of the class and give that presentation, he probably look like a deer in headlights. So some people, they have certain skill sets. They have certain abilities. But maybe calling plays, game in, game out, week in, week out, would just not be Carmichael's thing. I think that he is a necessary asset to the Denver Broncos. I really do. I just don't think that he's a really good play caller consistently. I think if you ask him, Pete, we need you to call week 4, he probably can do it. But if you're asking him to call week 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, I don't think so. Where are all the card sub goofies today? I don't know, man. I don't know where they at today. Yeah, but I don't think you can hate on Derek Carr today. All right. I mean, he goes out there and he plays well next week against the Cowboys, and the Saints can replicate what they see. I think you're going to have to apologize to the man. Going to have to apologize to him, because that would be the type of game that I think the Saints fans would, start respecting him as the quarterback. The Commanders is better than the Panthers. I ain't trying to hear that. I don't care. I can care less. Okay? Y'all can't kill our vibe. This team put up 47 points today. You ain't trying to kill our vibe. So, I know right now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they playing right now the Washington Commanders. I can care less. Okay? You ain't about to kill my vibe. Oh, it's only the Panthers. Nah, bro. The Saints did not look this well offensively going up against the Carolina Panthers last year. All right? Everybody thought that the Saints was basically going to be sitting up here looking like the 1962 Green Bay Packers, okay? When you had Vince Lombardi on the sideline, right? What the hell is going on out here? That's what they thought they was going to do, okay? That's all I got to say. This team looked absolutely impressive. No doubt about that. I'm going to try to see if I can bring my mom over here. Mom. Hey, yeah. Let me see if I can get my mom over here. She look, I think this is the first Saints game she ever came to. You want to give her a shout out right here. You want to give my mom over here. Yeah, shout out to my mom. Yeah, my mom said no football questions, but look, we about to just we're not gonna grill you, okay? We know you're here for support, and we love you, Mom. All right. Okay, so Mom, this was your first NFL experience going to a Saints game, correct? Is this your first Saints game?
This is not my first Saints.
Okay, do you remember your first Saints game?
Hank Stram.
Hank Stram. Okay. Okay, so Hank Stram. Okay, but this is the first Saints game in a long time. Okay, we're against the Carolina Panthers. What did you think about the experience?
I love the whole experience. I love New Orleans. New Orleans is always going to be home no matter where I live. And the energy in the Superdome was amazing. When you hear that music, when you hear that make noise, when you see our boys really running and doing their thing, it's amazing. I love the whole thing. Yeah,
I loved it too. I didn't know what to expect, because everybody was talking about how the offense was going to look. Are they going to be able to score points? Then all of a sudden, they look pretty good out there. But when y'all got there and you seen the Saints rolling and you start to see the crowd really into it, like how did that make you feel? Did you take a part in it? Did you start jumping and dancing? Did you dance in your seat?
The wave came through. I did the wave. When they started doing their little jitter, whatever it was, I did my little jitter. I just enjoyed the whole thing. I'm so glad that the team is actually coming together as a team. It felt beautiful to see them just play ball. You're not have to worry about the quarterback screwing up. You didn't have to worry about the coach being so passive. You just want to go as a fan and see the team be a team because you want to be a fan and cheer your team. That's the only responsibility you want when you go to a Saints game.
All right, so I got to ask you this, Mom. If grandmama was here, and I know she's watching this right now. Shouts out to my grandmother, Miss Maxine Jones there. But what do you think? How do you think she's feeling right now?
I think my mom was sitting in her chair in her living room, screaming and yelling at the television, said she is over the moon right now. I actually tried to call her at the second quarter, and I couldn't get her. I knew it because she was screaming. So I know today is a good day, and I'm so glad your Saints are doing their thing.
Yeah, I know she's excited about it. I'm going to have to give her a call. Hey, shouts out to my grandmother once again. I know she's going to be watching this right now. All right, but Ma, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming down, coming all the way from Mississippi. Yeah, look. Thank you, Ma. I really do appreciate it. I know I'm about 40, but I'm still a baby. You know? All right, thank you, Ma. Yeah, man, but that's my mom, man. A lot of y'all see her like in the chat, you know, occasionally, but you know, now y'all can put a actual face to it, man. But she came all the way down, man, from Vicksburg, Mississippi, to come down here and support, and I really do appreciate that, man. And you know, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try to see if I get my pops on the show. You know, try to get him on there. You looking down? You got to get him on here too. Long time season ticket holder of the New Orleans Saints. Probably didn't know what to think going into the game, right? All right. So what, did they change your mind?
I'm optimistic now.
Okay. Yeah, optimistic. Okay. So, all right. So going into the game, what did you think that you were going to see? Like,
I thought I was going to see them struggle to get across the goal line.
Right.
I was surprised that they scored on the first opening drive, and the second, I was surprised.
Oh. Look. We were walking to the game and we were like, okay, what drive are they going to score? Like, it's going to be the first or second? I thought they were going to score in the second. I didn't think that we were going to see that explosive play like down the field. But so did Derek Carr change your mind at all about him being a quarterback of the Saints?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I looked at the Carolinas. Their offense looked like a boy was running. I mean, they totally just took all whatever hope they had of playing a good game away from them. I want to see them do that against a good team.
Okay, so Dallas playing right now against Cleveland, right? As we're doing this podcast, if they go out there and they are formidable and they play well, like they ain't got to win, but they're formidable. Do they have to beat Dallas?
They have to beat Dallas.
Okay, so
Dallas is in the middle of the road.
Okay.
So that means that the Saints are not ready to elevate.
Right. Okay. All right. Look, I can understand that, you know, and some people feel that way. Like I was talking to a lot of people on social media, and they were like, "This looks good, but you know, I got to cause the pause." So I think it is justified. But all in all, looking at this new offense, does this new offense give you optimism about what this team can be?
Well, I don't like the choice to have the second string quarterback.
Okay.
I think that you saw if Carr could run, he would do a lot more damage.
Yeah.
He would simply have been able to run. So they need something like that. A young, promising recruit.
So you're a Spencer Rattler fan?
I like to see him.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think that the NFL is evolving. And if you look at this offense, you know, the way that they're trying to run the football, yeah, they probably could have made more plays if Derek Carr wasn't a pocket passer. So I definitely agree with you on that. But the defense, my final question for you is about the defense. Did you have any questions about the defense, or did they exceed your expectations, even being a formidable team?
No, I thought the defense was going to be an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. One of their corners got 3 sacks.
Yeah, Delonte Taylor. Yep.
First time in history.
Yep.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, I was just impressed about the entire secondary, because the secondary was the issue. Like, people were talking about the safeties, but both safeties that you had questions about had turnovers.
Well, you got to remember this. He was playing against Bryce Young.
Okay.
And Bryce Young,
he was overdrawn, open receivers. He was pressured.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, I think that Bryce Young, I think there's some question marks and some questions that I'm pretty sure a lot of Carolina Panthers fans have about Bryce Young. But can you at least be excited about the victory? Are you excited at all about the victory? Are you just like,
I'm just optimistic.
Okay. So it just kind of made you feel a little bit better about this season.
I'm optimistic. I won't feel better until they start beating teams that I think they will struggle against.
I got you. Look, my dad is very hard to please. Season ticket holder for how long?
About 20, since Aaron Brooks.
Since Aaron Brooks, so about 20 years, right? Yeah, about 20 years. So you got plenty of chances to take a look at this team, and hopefully they change your mind. Next time we have this conversation, I want you to be lead the Who That chat.
I Who That with you. I be the Who That with everybody. As
Okay.
long as they winning.
Okay, sounds good. Appreciate it, Dad. Thanks for coming over. Okay, shouts out to my dad, man. Coming over here, man. Season ticket holder for 20 years, man. Shouts out to him. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stats here from the Black and Gold. Derek Carr, 19 of 23, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara, 15 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown. Jamal Williams, 11 carries for 38 yards. He also had a touchdown. Taysom Hill contributed to the running game, 5 carries for 35 yards. Derek Carr actually scrambled 2 carries for 13 yards. Jordan Mims came in the game late, 4 carries for 11 yards. So they had a total of 37 carries for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns as a unit. And like I said, they only threw the ball 24 times. They ran the ball 37 times. So it's safe to say that the New Orleans Saints are trying to turn themselves into a running team. Also, looking at the receivers, Rashid Shaheed, 3 catches for 73 yards and a touchdown. Foster Monroe, 4 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. Alvin contributed in the passing game as well, 5 catches for 27 yards. All right, Jawan Johnson, 2 catches for 26 yards and a touchdown. Jamal Williams, 1 catch for 11 yards. Chris Olave, 2 catches for 11. Mason Tipton, 1 catch for 6 yards. Taysom Hill, 1 catch for 1 yard. So that's your offense right there. Let me get back to reading some of your comments here to see what you all have to say. So Derek giving a shout out to Papa Jones. Now that's Papa Lewis right there, man. My father Anthony Lewis, man. Shouts out to him. Says, hey Pops. We have a lot of promise in the future, says Cardell. Here we got the Who That chant going. Woo! My dad is a very hard man to please. He's very pessimistic right now. He's one of the fans I talked about on social media, so hopefully we can change his mind. Talking about family and friends, TJ got it. You got to appreciate that, though, TJ. Yeah, man. Look, I don't blame him, says Dana. So he getting support. I can understand, I can understand people, skepticism still, but this is some momentum you can actually build on. So I'm not upset about that, man. And also the defense. Let me go ahead and read some of these defensive numbers for you all. Alante Taylor, he has 6 total tackles, 5 solo, 3 sacks, 1 pass deflection. I'd be shocked if he's not the defensive player of the week for the NFC. You got Paulson Adebo, 5 tackles, 4 solo, had a pass deflection, played outstanding today. Anthony Orji, he was a presence on special teams. It seemed like every time he was on special teams, he was making plays, but he had 5 total tackles. Tyrann Mathieu with 4 tackles. Nathan Shepard with 4 total tackles, 3 solo. DeMario Davis with 4 tackles, 2 solo, also had a sack. Isaiah Foskey had 4 tackles and 1 solo. He's on the stat sheet. I don't know if it's mostly from special teams, but at least he got on the stat sheet here. Carl Granderson, 3 tackles, 3 solo. JT Gray, 3 total tackles, 1 solo. Jordan Howden, 3 tackles, 1 solo. Marshawn Lattimore had 2 tackles, 2 solo. He left the game with a hamstring injury, but around that time, there was no need for him to come back in. The damage was pretty much done there. Then you got Pete Warner. He had 2 tackles, 1 solo. Willie Gay had 2 tackles, 1 solo. Kool-Aid McKinstry, 2 tackles, 1 solo. Will Harris had an interception in the game. He also had 2 total tackles. Cedric Wilson had a tackle. Cam Jordan had a tackle. And also, I got to mention Jordan Howden. Man, I forgot about that. He also had an interception in the game. as well. I mean, the New Orleans Saints defense, they made it very, very uncomfortable for Bryce Young. I mean, it was uncomfortable for him. He couldn't do anything. Like anytime, he made plays, it was, right after that, he got a sack. He had to overthrow a guy. He had pressure. So all in all, I think that the Saints defense was just too much for him. And, I don't want to sit up here and say that Bryce Young is a bust. Like, I know that some people may feel that way, but the Saints do this to, like, some really good quarterbacks, and I've seen them do this to quarterbacks in the past. So if you're an average quarterback, they're going to make you look below average. If you're a good quarterback, they're going to make you look average. We've seen them do these things to, like, Tom Brady's and Aaron Rodgers. And even C.J. Stroud, he only had like 199 yards against the Saints. So it's not like the New Orleans Saints can't do this to some premier quarterbacks in the league. I just think that, that's just something that is going to, is something that he had to go through. Now, if he plays like this next week, I think you're going to have to ask the question, do you have the right guy at quarterback? It's just that plain and simple. But I'm going to try to see if I can get my sister to come over here, see if she can actually get on here. I don't know see if I can get my sister to come over here. We'll talk about her experience at the game. Got her jersey on. Drew Brees got the number 9 on, so we're gonna try to see if we can get over here. She got a little stage fright, but it's all good, man. Gonna try to get her over here. Says he's on the road to being an average quarterback. Come on, sit down. Come on, no question. No question. Okay. All right. We're gonna sit up here on the chat. But here's my beautiful sister right here, my sister Paige, man, coming to the game. Is this your first time going to a Saints game?
It's my very first time.
Oh, okay. So we'll start there. Like, how was your experience?
I was very excited. It was a great game.
Yeah.
It was a great game. Very excited. A lot of energy. I love the crowd. The game was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It was an amazing game.
Yeah, I thought it was fun too. I mean, the excitement was in there. A lot of people were like really excited about watching the team just basically like just score a lot of points.
Yeah.
But as far as like, okay, going to the game, the experience, like, did you take part in anything? Mom said she did the wave. Were you doing the wave?
I did take part in the game. So I did the wave, and I actually got caught up in the game. So when the touchdown, I jumped up, I showed my spirit.
Yeah.
So everything was just excellent. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to going to many more Saints games.
Yeah. So were you one of them Saints fans that were on the fence, like you didn't know what they were going to do this season, or did you like?
No, because I trust you. I trust your knowledge, and you're very knowledgeable.
Okay.
So I follow what you say.
Yeah, y'all listen to my sister. She know what she's talking. All right, so grandmama watching this right now. She watching this, and she probably excited. She probably doing the Benson Bookie right now as we speak. So what you got to say to grandmama? She watching this right now. What you got to say? What you think? How you think she feeling right now?
I know, Grant, I know you're excited. I know the energy that you carry when you're watching the games. And all I can say is who that said they're going to beat them Saints?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely not the Carolina Panthers. But I appreciate you, for overcoming your stage fright right here, coming over. And I appreciate you, man. They came all the way down 3 hours, man, to come in here to support me doing this podcast here at the Little Easy and also to watch the game. And I appreciate it, man. I love you. I love you. Yeah. Thank you, man. Shouts out to my sister, coming over here. And yeah, man, this is a great moment, for Saints fans, especially for those that out here didn't know what they think about the game. And shouts out to the Little Easy. I mean, this was an absolutely amazing experience, being here. Like, they opened their doors to the State of the Saints podcast. So if you ever down in New Orleans, man, and you need a good time, you want to have a good time, rather, you want to have some good drinks, also a good football atmosphere, come on down to the Little Easy, 634 Julia Street in downtown New Orleans. You'll have yourself a really, really good time right there, man. Shouts out to all the people that's here right now. Shouts out to them, taking a part, in these festivities. That was actually at the beginning, right? So for the pregame show, they were doing $3 shots, right? Before the Saints scored. And then it was $3 shots every time the Saints scored. So the Saints put up 47 points. So needless to say, they had some inebriated people in this building. But it was so great, man. So great to be here And finally, I'm gonna ask my big brother EJ to come over, man, so he can go ahead and finish up with me. So hopefully we can get him back over here as well. But let me go ahead and read some of your comments real quick. Says bring the mic a little closer to your mouth and you're good. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. You're talking about me or my? Oh, okay. Nah, she had a little stage fright. I appreciate it, man. Shouts out to Real Sports Fans. Hey, man, slide over, man. Just slide over. Real Sports Fans right here, podcast right here, man. Shouts out to you.
Yo,
man,
what's good, everybody?
Hey, man, give me your name, man, and plug your channel.
Yeah, for sure, man. My name is Zach. We're over at Real Fan Sports, me and non-fiction. We cover sports internationally all around the world, do some NFL, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, all that good stuff, man. But before we get started, I want to give a huge thanks to the Little Easy, man. It has been a enjoyable experience for a Saints game. They were handing out shots every touchdown. They trying to get us messed up in the opening quarter, but we're chilling, man.
Yeah, look, Zach, but look, the atmosphere has been crazy. Like the Saints fans are like losing their mind right now because of this 47-point performance. But where do you stand with this, man? I mean, 47 points. I don't care who you're playing against. They're still professionals over there on the other side of football. So what are your thoughts about this performance by the Black and Gold today?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's still an NFL team. I mean, the Panthers are supposed to have a lot of improvements this year. The offensive line was supposed to get a lot better. We had 3 sacks by Alontae Taylor. We're seeing more dynamic play calling both defensively and offensively. And, if y'all watched into any other games, we saw the Bears today who have a really good lineup, but they struggle to beat the Tennessee Titans who do not have one. And it's because of offensive play calling. Offensive play calling really makes a big deal. I'm not saying this is the be-all, solve-all, we're going to Super Bowl or anything like that yet, but, I think this shows promise of what the Saints team can be and how we can look against other opponents as long as that defense stays stout and the offense can stay being dynamic, utilizing the run. I mean, what did AK average almost 6 yards per carry? Taysom averaged 6 yards per carry. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. It felt like Saints football.
Yeah, I mean, it did. Like you mentioned, 5.5 yards a carry, rounded off 6 yards. Taysom had 7. I mean, so as a group, they were almost at 5 yards a carry, where you want to be as a unit. So, looking at that, I mean, that's pretty doggone impressive in itself. But let's talk a little bit about Derek Carr. I'm going to ask everybody this that come over here. Did he change your mind about what you thought about him? Or what was your perspective of Derek Carr before the season started?
Man, if y'all have ever been to my channel, y'all know Nonfiction is a Raiders fan, so he's always loved Derek Carr. He went to the same college as him and all that stuff, so he's always spoke highly of him. I always thought he was a mid-tier quarterback, but with a good offensive scheme, a mid-tier quarterback can look really good, and that's what he did. I mean, to be honest, tonight, there wasn't a ball that he put in a bad spot today. Even the incomplete pass to Shaheed on the second attempted touchdown pass was only a half yard off in a small window. It's like you can't complain about that. Even if it would have got intercepted, it was a good pass. It was a good ball.
Yeah, I mean, look, I thought that he played well, and I like how the Saints are utilizing him. They're not asking him to move heaven and earth for him. They're just asking him to go out there and just kind of control the offense, man. Just kind of keep the chains in front of you, right? I mean, how many times did we see, 3rd and 19, 3rd and 20? We didn't see that much. I mean, you had your penalties, but for the most part, they put themselves in a reasonable situation on 3rd down. You had your 3rd and 2, your 3rd and 3s, and that's exactly what you want. And also the play action game, man, being able to push that ball down the field to Shaheed.
I saw more motion in the first quarter than I saw all of last season, man. It's unbelievable. It's almost like Pete Carmichael said he didn't want to be the offensive coordinator last year. It's almost like he said that.
Exactly.
He did say that.
Exactly. Look, I think that the New Orleans Saints moving on from Pete Carmichael could be what they actually need in order for them to be able to get over the hump. Clint Kubiak, I mean, he's the new offensive coordinator. What did you think about his first outing?
I mean, I think it's phenomenal. I mean, we also get to see him down on the field. Like, typically he likes to be up in the booth. He's out on the field. He felt like he has a better impact there. So he's also, like, not afraid to get out of his comfort zone of being in the booth, but knowing where he is needed. So, see him out there on the field, calling out plays. We also, we saw Carr cheering and yelling at the fans, hyping them up. It's just a different feeling, man. Like, not to get overhyped about it, but it felt like what Saints football was, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It was different. I know it's the Panthers. I mean, they're not good. I know I didn't believe in the hype. But it's good to see a good win. And, like, the one thing I always hope for this season, it was not about It was not about how many wins we got. It was about making the wins look good and the losses look less bad.
Right.
And today was a win that looked good. Last year, there was only 2 wins that I watched it, and I was like, damn, I enjoyed my time watching the game.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to have that this year. I think we're going to have wins that we're like, we deserve that.
Right.
And we'll have losses where it's like we were in the fight.
Yeah. And I think that's all Saints fans want, for the team to be competitive. Just to be competitive, man. Don't go out here and be taken behind the woodshed. Go out there, perform well, make plays, and I guarantee you, man, the Who Dat Nation, they'll be on board. But I look at this offense, didn't really, see too much of Chris Olave, but we did see Rashid Shaheed. We did see Alvin Kamara. We did see, the offensive line look pretty good. So there's a lot of questions about them.
Yeah, I mean, still some issues with Penix. I'm sorry, not Penix.
Penning, yeah.
With Penning on the rollout routes out to the right side, he let a couple blockers go, a couple rushers go through.
Yeah.
But they utilized his strength, and that's something that we didn't see last year. Like they went ahead and set out runs out to the right side where we had Penning run out up in front and be the lead blocker. And then we saw AK get screens for 10, 12 yards. Like that's how he should have been utilized in the first place.
Right.
It's all about taking your personnel and using them the way that they're supposed to be utilized.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, utilizing the guys, who would have known it? Using Rashid Shaheed more, you'll find success offensively. Who would have known, right? But I just think that looking at this football team, did it change your perspective about what they can possibly be this season? Or do you are you just thinking in your mind, like my pops, that it's just the Carolina Panthers?
Look, I'm still floating on the line of I may have bumped it up a bit. Before the beginning of the season, I'm looking at 7 or 9 wins, and that's what I felt like our average was going to be. I might bump it up to 8 to 10, and then I'd still be happy. To be really excited, I want 10 to 11. We'll have to see. We got a lot of football to play. It's week 1 in the NFL. We all know teams come out a little bit wonky. Referees are still trying to figure their stuff out as well. There's always something going on around week 1 in the NFL. We've seen it throughout many games of teams that we thought would be good, and they've struggled. So, we got to give it time, but it's good to finally have some hope in the city again. It's been different, man. Like, since the game ended, we've had people running up and down the street.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like that in a couple of years.
Yeah, man, and hopefully this can be the start of something that we've seen and grown accustomed to throughout the years, man. But I'm going to enjoy this victory, man. Like, we're going to worry about the Cowboys, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be covering that. We'll cover that next week.
It hasn't looked good so far. I've been kind of watching a little bit. They ain't even look good too much good against the Cleveland Browns. So
yeah,
I ain't worried about them.
Yeah, man. Hopefully the New Orleans Saints can, be competitive and be in there in the end. And who knows, man? You can probably come away with a victory and be 2-0 before you know it. Zach, man, I really do appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
Much love to you, man.
Thank you, man.
And make sure that y'all subscribe to his channel, man. Go to Real Fan Sports. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel, man. Really, really good, informative stuff over there, as y'all can see, man. Also with Hoodie Jude. Shouts out to my boy Chosen, man. Had to go back to the BR. Shouts out to him. My mom, my dad, my sister. I'm gonna try to get my brother over here in a minute and try to see if I can actually get him. Yo, eat. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get my brother back over here, man. Go ahead and finish it up with us, and we're going to go ahead and exit stage left. But thank y'all so much for being here. 371 people watching this stuff right now, man, watching this show. And I do appreciate it, man. I ask that you hit the like button and make sure that if you're ever down in New Orleans, man, you head down to the Little Easy Restaurant, 634 Julia Street in New Orleans, man, is the place to be. Man, people up in here having a good time. Got the Who Dat chant going not too long ago. But man, great atmosphere that we're in right now. But it was a really great atmosphere in the Superdome, man. People were really excited about this football team. And it seemed like if this team put the people in a really good place, something they haven't been in a very long time.
Yeah, that's true. We needed it. You get that excitement when you get football back.
Yeah.
And for months, we didn't have football, didn't have Saints. And now we got LSU, we got Tulane, and we got the Saints.
Yeah.
So, and what's even better, we got to give out a beat down first game of the year. So that's always good.
Yeah.
They need the Superdome in good spirits.
I think they had to do it. I think they had to win a football game like this. You had to do it, man. Let me see. I got my boy Mike. Hold on. Now, shouts out to him, man. I got my boy Mike. I'm gonna be on this show with the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm gonna be on there in a couple of weeks, man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to being on that channel, man. I'll give you all the details a little bit later. Shouts out to Barbara, says Derek Carr channeled a good quarterback today. Then we got Piano Dean. Thank you for the $5. Says after today's game, I just might have to retire my Saints corn pop jersey. Well, look, hopefully the New Orleans Saints, we actually had like a real Saint celebrity off in this thing. We had Dart Saints. Like now, some of y'all probably remember him, and he wears like the Star Wars like face paint, right? I want to say he's like the Phantom Menace, the black and gold Phantom Menace, very popular. We seen him today without face paint on.
Yeah.
And he told us, he was like, man, look, I want them to give me something I can be inspired. So hopefully the next time you see Dart Saint, he has this Phantom Menace black and gold on, man. It was crazy. It was crazy actually seeing that, right? But look, this is what Saint fans actually needed, man. They needed something to actually believe in. But did you walk away from the Superdome feeling a little bit more positive about our team, man?
I did. I mean, it's a game that, a lot of people wanted Carolina to make improvements. Maybe they made improvements. Maybe the Saints just made more improvements than Carolina. But you knew what the defense was coming into it. You knew there was going to be a strong unit. But the surprise for me was the offense. How efficient it was, how these offensive linemen blocked downfield.
Right.
How the running game was like on point. How balanced it was if you go back and look at the stats.
Right.
How the defense played, but the offense, that took the cake for me.
Man, that was just downright awesome right there, man. Just looking at this team across the board, man. Look, I don't care what anybody say. You ain't gonna kill my vibe today. Whiteley, thank you very much. He says, I hope Clint Kubiak going to get real chemistry, mojo, power, and offensive line again in the next week against the Cowgirls, TJ. Well, look, that's a completely different beast. It will not. I'll be shocked. I will be on the flow shot if they put forward the performance like they did today against the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. That's another beast in itself for this particular team. Cartel says, TJ, we need to know when that Pac-Man merch dropping for his football season. Well, look, man, we just preaching effort right now. It's just a little small 4-week flag football, kind of get them acclimated to football. But look, I'm proud of my little man. He was out there showing effort. He was going around the cones, holding the ball in one hand like he Walter Payton back in 1982.
Video footage of that boy.
Exactly, that ball was moving, man. So I told him, so we stopped by Dick's Sporting Goods because I had to get his cleat. So he goes over to the sleeve, right? The arm sleeve. I said, you gotta earn that sleeve now. You can't just be wearing sleeves out there playing football. You gotta earn.
You gotta be a plate
Exactly, man. Hey, look, well, I think he deserves a sleeve, man. I think he deserves one sleeve. So when we get back, Daddy got your sleeve. I know he's watching this right now. I love you, buddy. But it says, oh, you already read that. But yeah, man, I think he earned the sleeve. Speaking of sleeves, I think there's a lot of Saints defenders that earn some sleeves today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Helmet sticker, sleeve.
High sock energy.
Shoot, $3 drink.
Right. Look, you can wear your socks up to your thighs the way they were playing today.
But that every week, yeah.
Yeah, but Alante Taylor, man, I think he was definitely the player of the game in the secondary. What do you think about him, man? I mean, he looks way more confident this season, right?
NFC player of the week. No joke. If he ain't NFC player of the week, might be Zach Vaughn, another Saint.
Yeah.
But I mean, that boy, he played good today.
Man, balling out, man. Balling out, losing their mind. And I'm also very impressed with the secondary, man. The safeties, the safety position. Man, all these safeties, man, we were wondering what they were going to do, how they were going to perform in the game. Will Harris had a pick. Jordan Howden had a pick. Honey Badger had a forced fumble, man. So, I mean, that's good momentum for those young guys, man. And what are your thoughts about Will Harris actually getting a start over Jordan Howden? Were you shocked by that?
Nah, I mean, if he can play like that, let him start every week.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't argue with results, and you can't argue with turnovers.
No.
If he giving you turnovers, he giving you good coverage. Lord knows they had a Velcro on the receivers today.
Yeah.
And all three of your safeties had 3 interceptions, all their turnovers. That's like amazing. I don't know when the last time that happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a minute, man. I mean, they came out there setting the tone. I mean, I want to say the first pass by Bryce Young was a pick. So, yeah, they set the tone, man. Derek says exactly, Zach, enjoy the games when we win and try to learn the games from the games we lose. Simple. One game doesn't mean we're headed to the Super Bowl, and a loss doesn't mean we're trash. I agree, man. I mean, it's okay to have a careful optimism about the team, right? It's okay. You know what I'm saying, to say that the team looked good because they did. I mean, this team looked explosive. They looked like they were having a good time. They looked like, man, the fans were starting to have a good time. and it felt like one of those classic Saints games that we grown accustomed to, like one of those Sunday night games when Drew Brees was out there playing, right? It had that same type of vibe. And, them setting the tone, I ain't got no problem with this, man. I mean, so let me go ahead and move on and talk a little bit more about some of the things that you all have to say. It says, what was happening? Giving a shout out to Zach, man. Shouts out to Zach, man, passing through, giving his perspective on the team. It says, I believe in Clint Kubiak and my own Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appeared. I believe in Clint.
You gotta believe.
Gotta believe in Clint Kubiak, man. Gotta believe in him, man. Let me see. That's awesome. This is awesome, said Jerry. James said, hey, TJ, what's your opinion on the next game against the Cowboys? Look, I think that it's not going to look like that, of course. I don't think it's going to look like that at all. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is, this just a start, man. It just gives you something to be positive about because nobody knew what this was actually going to look like, going into the season, so. And then honestly, man, I'm going to try to see if I can actually get one of the owners here of the Little Easy to come over and talk to us a little bit, because, man, they opened their doors to us. They didn't have to do this, man. So what we're going to do is, man, we're going to be right back with this word from BetUS. And we're going to try to see if we can actually get one of the owners here at the Little Easy to come talk to us. Hey, what's going on? It is yours truly, Timothy J. Jones. And I want to say thank you for checking out this video here on the State of the Saints podcast. And I want to let you know this season, the State of the Saints podcast is powered by BetUS. Sign up and save up to 125% on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Go to BetUS to find out more. The description is down below. Shouts out to the folks at BetUS. We're powered by BetUS. Sign up today. Get 150% on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Use the promo code YouTube150. That's YouTube150. All right. Shouts out to the fine folks at BetUS, for powering this show throughout the 2024 season. As we continue, we got Brandon. He says, it'll be funny if the Commanders end up winning. Well, look, I don't know if they're going to end up winning or not. I don't know what the score is. Anybody know what the score is for the game? All right, so right now the Bucs are up 16-7 over the Washington Commanders. So you got Levante David. Look like he's going into the locker room. About 10 minutes left in the third quarter. So not sure, what's going on with that. But if the Commanders can win, that will help out the Saints tremendously. I think the Saints will beat the Cowboys. I think they got a chance to win. If you play offense like that and your defense travels, I think you can. Says, I think we're going to beat the Cowboys. So we're getting a lot of little positive things going right here. All right. So right now, I'm going to bring in one of the owners of the Little Easy restaurant, one of the people that was nice enough and kind enough to be able to get us, to be able to have us, be here for the State of Saints podcast live. I get you. All right. So this one, just give us your name and talk a little bit about the Little Easy. So you tell us your name.
Hey, I'm Blurda. I'm one of the owners at the Little Easy.
Yeah, and look, first off, I want to say I appreciate you all opening your doors to the State of the Saints podcast.
You've been great. Thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah. So I just want to talk a little bit about the Little Easy restaurant. Like, how long have you all been open, and what was the mindset about starting this restaurant?
So we actually just purchased it. I want to say now we're heading into our 3rd month.
Okay.
So we're fairly new. So obviously new ownership. Not sure what kind of vibe it was before, but we're loving it now.
Yeah.
Everything has changed. Everyone's super friendly, super nice. We're really enjoying this right now.
Yeah. And look, and I've been looking at the people just coming in and out. I mean, spirits of high, of course. I mean, the Saints get the victory today. But you all had a special, right, for $3 shots. And, $3 shots for every time the Saints scored.
We actually did it for free today.
So you did it for free.
Free shots today.
Yeah, so, I mean, that had to be exciting to see so many people so happy about what the Saints were doing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely wonderful. But once again, I just want to say thank you for opening your doors to the State of the Saints podcast. Yeah, and if you are in the area, in the city of New Orleans, around the area, make sure you make it your way over here to 634 Julia Street to the Little Easy restaurant. And throughout the entire season, I will be plugging a Little Easy restaurant. I will be doing that. But thank you so much. Yeah, shouts out to her. You know, we're gonna be doing this the entire time, man. Shouts out to the Little Easy Restaurant. We're gonna be plugging this thing the entire season. If you're not coming to the Little Easy 634 Julia Street, you must be out your freaking mind. All right, you must be out your freaking mind, man, because this atmosphere was absolutely crazy. You know, people are coming in and out. You know, they're having drinks. They also have some really good food, really good prices, man. So make sure that you come on over here to the Little Easy Restaurant. We'll try to collaborate this thing. I'll be back in the city. I plan on coming to a few more games this season. You know, shouts out to everybody that has supported this State of the Saints podcast for us to be able to get on the road and be able to have these shows. It really means a lot to me, man. We're going to read a few more comments, and then we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. We got Complete said Saints dominating the Panthers and the Falcons losing on the same day is feeling like no other. Man, whoo! If you're not subscribed to the NFC South Roundtable, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, y'all might want to subscribe. Because, my goodness, what I got in store for them Falcon fans this week is going to be epic. I'm telling y'all. Y'all going to want to subscribe to the NFC South Roundtable. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe to State of the Saints. But you will want to hear that, all right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that link for the NFC South Roundtable inside of the chat. And I'm telling y'all, you're going to want to subscribe to the channel. You're going to want to subscribe. You ain't going to want to miss what I got to say about them Falcons, man, about the all-Madden team, the one that they said was going to wreck shop, run the NFC South, best NFC team, the best secondary, all those different things right there, man. Look, I heard that I don't know how long. People were calling me a hater. People were saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. Why are you listening to this dude? Well, I tell you what, I bet you they listening now. I bet you they listening and disappointed. Let me go ahead and put that link down there. I'm going to put the link inside the comments. 1 second. Gonna put the link down in there. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel because y'all ain't gonna want to miss what your boy gotta say about them Falcons. All right. But game ball. Who gets the game ball today? In my opinion, I think the entire team deserves a game ball, especially Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator of New Orleans Saints. I mean, this guy had the morale and the confidence of the Who Dat Nation. His job, it was probably one of the toughest out of all of the people that are aligned with this organization. He had to change the minds and lift the spirits of the Who Dat Nation coming into a season where a lot of people were not sure at what they would see on the field offensively. So you got to give credit to Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints. Defensively, got to go with Alontae Taylor all over the field, had 3 sacks, had a pass deflection. I mean, the dude cooked dinner. The dude was serving cotton candy. I mean, the dude did everything that you needed to do in order to win a football game and make your defense look dominant. Yes, the front four didn't really get home, but they were able to get pressure on Bryce Young. They rattled him. They forced him to make these mistakes. And guess what? The Saints were able to get that victory, so you can't ask for anything better than that. As the dogs are barking, we got the dogs barking. We got the Who Dat Nation hollering. We got drinks passing around. We got the game on the TV. And, shouts out to the Lil Easy once again for, allowing us and allow us to have this show here. Who is your game ball? Who do you give your game ball to? I want to know. Game ball goes to Alontae Taylor. Yeah. If we're talking about a player, yeah. Who Dat Kubiak. Let's see, Jerry. NFC South Roundtable is going to be good. Yeah, man. Let's see. I agree, TJ. Let's go Who Dat Nation. TJ going to be on there next. Hey, I told y'all, man. I told y'all. Like, didn't I set it up good for those that watched that video? I said, I love it. I love it. There's nothing better, in my humble opinion, watching the Falcon fans optimistic about their football team. I mean, ain't nothing better than that. Just watching them boys just tell you how bad your team gonna be and how great their team gonna be. There's nothing greater than that. I mean, it's like music to my ears. Like the thing about it is, before the season started, they was bookmarking me, they was retweeting me, they was doing all these things, they was saying all this stuff. Like they were like, man, music. This is music to me. It sounds great. Where they at today? That's all I want to know. When I finish this show, I better see the same energy they had when they were telling me they were about to take over the South. I want to see that same energy that they had. All right. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. I better have a feed. I better have tweets. I better have replies from Atlanta Falcon faithful out there telling me you don't know what you're talking about, because they were so strong. They were deep. They were legions of Atlanta Falcon fans telling me how wrong I was. But I guess what? Guess what? The more things change, the more they stay the same. If you talking about you that team, guess what? You got to beat them Steelers. And then the Steelers, they didn't even have Russell Wilson as their quarterback. They had Justin Fields. Justin Fields was their quarterback today. Everybody talking about Justin Fields ain't this, Justin Fields ain't that. Y'all didn't even have the starter. Y'all were up here smiling, happy. Oh, we ain't got Russ. He ain't gonna cook. Guess what? Justin Fields cooked y'all, and I love every minute of it. I told y'all there's levels to this. You can't look at names on the back of jerseys and think that you're actually going to win just because you have names on the back of jerseys. You got to go out there and play. It's just that plain and simple. But this has been the State of the Saints podcast. Once again, my name is Timothy J. Jones. Please subscribe to the channel. Hopefully we won you over today. We were live at the Little Easy 634 Julia Street in New Orleans. Really do appreciate your time. You can follow me on X at TJAYJones8. Thank you for the $5 donation. T. Riley says, great game. And also he says, Oklahoma is in the house. Appreciate you for being here. Thank you for the $5 donation. And thank you for making the State of Saints podcast what it is, man. Much love to each and every one of you. Till next time, all I got to say is, who that?
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast.
Hey, don't let these tears fool you. There's all dog around this mug. I'm good.